Hello everyone, myself Dr. Bushra Alvera. I am Assistant Professor in Department of Education, B.Ed in Khwaja Moinuddin Chishti, Bhasha Vishwavidyalaya, Lucknow. Friends, today's topic is from B.Ed first semester, that is content, knowledge and pedagogy of school subjects, and today we will going to discuss about teaching of biology. So before starting teaching of biology, we should know about the aims and objectives of teaching biology. So, teaching and what are the teaching objectives? So, and what are the importance of teaching objectives? Teaching objectives are basically the basis of any educational process. This objective is kept in mind while constructing curriculum and teaching method. In evaluation method 2, teaching objectives is suitably kept in view. Now come to the importance of teaching objectives. Teaching objectives provide direction. So for any particular teaching, all objectives are very important and they particularly decide the direction of teaching also. Teaching objectives are helpful in curriculum construction too. Teaching objectives are helpful in planning teaching experiences. What type of teaching experience we want to give our children? It is decided by basically teaching objectives. Teaching objectives provide basis for evaluation. Teaching objectives establish coordination among different factors of teaching. Now come to the next subtopic, that is basis of objective determination. For framing teaching objectives, it is necessary to know the basis of teaching objectives. There are basically three bases of constructing teaching objectives. First basis is the need of the children. So the target population, that are children, it is very necessary to know the basic need or necessity of children. Teaching objectives are determined according to the concept about which quality have to be developed in the students, which habit to be framed and formed in them. Next is necessity of the society. A child has to adjust in the society, so it is expected to develop suitable qualities in children according to the need of society also. Third basis of determining the teaching objectives is nature of subject and development of knowledge. The nature of subject and the opinion of subject specialists are very helpful in determining the teaching objectives. Teaching objectives are determined on the basis of objectives to be achieved through the subject. Now come to the next subtopic, that is general aims and objectives of teaching biology. Aims of science can be prepare a long list. These aims pertain to the entire school stage. The main aim of teaching science are basically disciplinary aim, development of power aim, vocational aim, utilitarian aim, cultural aim, moral aim, social aim, and aesthetic aims. Now come to the general aims of teaching biology. There are so many aims related to teaching biology, but few are very important and we are going to discuss one by one. First general aim of teaching biology is to provide broad objectives of science like skill development, knowledge, interest, appreciation, application and understanding of the subject. Next basic objective is to create interest in science. So it is the basis of creating any particular guideline in particular field, that interest is very important. Interest create the basis for motivation too. To develop the learner the power of expression also. Next is to develop economic efficiency, to develop the abilities of analysis, synthesis and reasoning also, to provide fundamental skills and the process for proper understanding of the subject matter, to enable the children to solve scientific problem in daily life, to stimulate spirit of study, investigation and invention, to bring an overall harmonious development of personality of the child, to develop in child the basic habits of concentration, self-relation and new innovation work, to encourage them to read the life stories of great scientists, to prepare the child for technical professions such as those of accounts, audits, bankers, surveyors, scientists, cashier, architects, and science teachers, to develop in child the habit of purposive, creative, productive, and simple living, to develop the skill to use modern scientific devices like computer, phone, etc., to create a suitable type of discipline in the mind of the child. So these are some general aims of teaching biology in school. Uh, these aims are related to the objectives also. So now come to the objectives of teaching biology. Objectives are that medium that which are the helpful to achieve the aims or goals. Every person or child acts has some act has some purposes in which our few actions and goals oriented under long term planning, but most of actions are performed for short term desired immediate results. The purpose of these short term acts may be rightly called as objectives. The objectives are those short term immediate goals that may be achieved within specific classroom settings. They helpful in bringing about behavioral changes in the learners for ultimate realization of aims of teaching science. Thus, objective has concern with certain immediate results or desirable changes that are needed for development of a child. According to NCERT, an objective is a point or end view of something towards which action is desired, a planned change sought through an activity, what we set out to do. According to Carter V. Good, objective is desired change in behavior of a people as a result of experience desired by or provided by the school settings. Now come to the types of objectives. There are so many types of objective, but basically there are two main types of objectives. First is educational objectives and second is instructional objectives. Educational objectives are uh, generally broader category of objectives, and they are philosophical in nature. It is related to schools and educational setting. These are theoretical, indirect and formal. According to B.S. Bloom, educational objectives are not only the goals towards which curriculum is shaped and towards which instruction is given, but they are also goals that provide the detailed specification for construction and use of evaluation techniques. Now come to the definition that is given by E.J. First. According to him, educational objectives as a desired change in behavior of a person we try to bring about through education. Next type of objective is instructional objectives, and it is also called as teaching objectives. The field of this is narrow and fixed and specific. It's basically psychological in nature. These are measurable and can be achieved easily. It is directed, related, and it is very specific. It is basically directly related to teaching also, and instructional objective may be achieved in classroom settings. These are related with expected changes in behavior of the child, so they are also called as behavioral objectives. According to J.K. Davis, learning objective is a statement of proposed change. So, after this, the next topic is evolutionary approach of teaching. On analyzing particularly the whole process of teaching, it can be displayed in the form of a triangular process, and it has 3 points. One is goal, other is means, and the third one is evidences. This process can be analyzed as goals. The teacher determined certain objectives before the class teaching. Means, it means the teacher determines certain means. The important among them are teaching methods and curriculum for achievement of these objectives. Evidences, the third one, these are evidences. At the last, he compiles evidences which tell about limitations of his objectives by which the teacher gets feedback on his curriculum and teaching method. This triangular process is called evolutionary approach. Evolutionary approach is that social psychological process which provide basis to the whole educational process. So we can say that the whole this teaching process is basically has 3 poles, and it is a tripolar process. Technically, 3 poles of the above triangle approach can be displayed as objectives, learning experiences, and evaluation. They are analyzed as follows. That is, first one is the first pole of this triangle is basically related to teaching objective. Second pole is related to learning experiences, and the third one is related to the evaluation of the content that the teacher taught in his classroom settings. Thus, these three poles are manually and mutually related and dependent on each other. This is the process by which it is known how far objectives have been achieved, how far learning experiences given in the classroom have been effective, and how far educational objectives have been achieved. Thus, it is from today's discussion, it is very clear that the aims and objectives are interrelated. Aims are general and objectives are specific in nature, and it is very important to keep in mind the importance of these while teaching biology in the classroom setting. Thank you so much.